As Donald Trump once again threatens to escalate attacks on Iran, then backs off those threats amid claims that negotiations towards a new deal to end the war are going well, then backtracks on that, there remains a big unanswered question. Can he cut a better nuclear deal with Iran than Barack Obama did? Of course, the president certainly thinks so. Late last month, he claimed on Truth Social that were he to strike a new nuclear agreement with Iran, it would be, quote, a good and proper one, not like the one made by Obama, which gave Iran massive amounts of cash and a clear and open path to a nuclear weapon, end quote. That Obama-era nuclear deal, which Trump withdrew the U.S. from during his first term, even though Iran was complying with it, was called the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, and it wasn't just between the U.S. and Iran. It was hammered out in 2015 over painstaking talks between Tehran, Washington, Germany, and the other 4 permanent UN Security Council members, which are also the only countries allowed to have nuclear weapons under the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Those countries are the UK, China, Russia, and France. Iran accepted limits on its ability to enrich uranium and permitted regular inspections by the International Atomic Energy Agency in exchange for sanctions relief. That's how we know, by the way, that Iran was complying with the deal before Trump pulled the United States out. And despite what Trump says, there was no cash involved in the JCPOA. He's confusing sanctions relief with a separate payment the U.S. made to Iran in order to settle a decades-old dispute over weapons purchased by the pre-Islamic Revolution government that were never delivered. Now, Trump says he can get a better deal, and he's claimed multiple times that Iran has agreed to never have a nuclear weapon. But that's been Tehran's official position for years on account of a religious decree, or a fatwa, issued by the deceased supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who said nuclear weapons were haram or forbidden by Islam. But it's hard to see how those plans that have been leaked out by the US and Iranian sources are better than the JCPOA. For one, the deal Trump keeps touting isn't a real deal. By all accounts, it's some 60-day extension of the current ceasefire, which really isn't a ceasefire, and a promise for more talks between Washington and Tehran through intermediaries. It says nothing about how Iran would give up the enriched nuclear materials it already has. That's a tricky issue, which is why the Obama-era JCPOA was negotiated in part by Ernest Moniz, a real-life nuclear physicist who was Obama's energy secretary. This time around, the U.S. negotiators are Trump's longtime friend, real estate developer Steve Witkoff, and his son-in-law, Jared Kushner. And it's hard to say what's even under discussion after Trump posted on Truth Social on Friday that terms for a memorandum of understanding reported on by Iranian state media had nothing to do with the terms that were agreed to by negotiators. The president also claimed that the Iranians are, quote, very dishonorable people to deal with, end quote, and said there's no such dealing in good faith with them. So, can he make a better deal? Right now, it's not certain he can make any deal at all.